Can you say a few words? I'm recording a video.
A video? Okay.
Yeah.
These are freaking awesome.
Thank
This
you.
is the best thing about the con, and it will remain the best thing of the con.
Yeah.
Even though it's totally private.
Yeah. I'm glad you said it. The base on it has a little placard I made. Yes. Good.
That is awesome. That is freaking amazing.
Yes.
Best Enerjak design yet.
Oh,
I got to I told Tracy Yardley, do something that's kind of like Mecha King, do some kind of steampunk machine god Enerjak. And he turns that. And I'm like,
no, I did not.
I was, at first I was kind of iffy on the whole silver art myself, because I was like, alright, so it's going to be pretty, there's going to be lasers, there's going to be Enerjak, yeah. And then he shows that, it's like, alright, I got to write it right now, because, oh god! And people respond to it because he's brilliant, and that is awesome.
Ideally, I would have liked to use SPO or Vector to make the Prelate, but I couldn't find the figures. So what I did was I decided to go with Sonic because Sonic was Knuckles' great rival, and I found it poetic that even though he was never a Prelate in the comic, it would be somewhat fitting that he would be the Prelate in the display.
Yeah, I love it.
And the display has stands so that you can put it,
so I can set them up.
and this will protect them from dust.
I've got at home, in my home office, I've got all these Sonic figures set up across the top of the disc. These are going front and center.
Oh,
These are going to become the centerpiece of the entire disc.
You have no idea how happy that makes me.
You have no idea how happy this makes me. These are freaking sweet. I love it.
Alright, so you've seen the video prelude of Ian Flynn receiving his little gift. I kind of wish that more of the artists were there to receive it, but you know, I'm glad that he liked it. And of course, it's Dark Enerjak. Also, you might just call him Alternate Enerjak. Dark Enerjak is a name that I gave him because, well, he's more clearly evil. Okay, so Dark Enerjak was obviously based off of Knuckles, just like my first Enerjak. Okay, so as you see in the picture that I showed, Dark Enerjak, he has this thing where his dreadlocks are flowing all over the place. So I thought I'd try to replicate that just a little bit with the figure. Now when the plastic is warm, you can bend it around all you want, but it has shape memory and it's going to go back to its original shape. So I kept them elevated by stuffing some toothpicks underneath the front two dreads. This would have the benefit of giving him some of that levitating power look while also giving his arms a little bit more space for the shoulder armor. After that, making the helmet was very similar to making it the first time, except this time I actually left gaps for the eyes, and the clay is applied in strips to create that, I don't know what you call that, that layered look that the helmet has. I don't know what you call it. Also, like previous, the mask part of the helmet is made out of craft foam, although this time I painted it gold, so that instead of just showing off the yellow that's the clay's color, it actually shines very much like Dark Enerjak's glorious golden outfit did. Of course, the head would still need a couple of more tweaks. I gave him his cybernetic right eye, because this is in the 30 years later storyline, even if it is an alternate dimension. And I painted the decorative stripes that he has all along his dreads. We'll see more of the head later on when the figure is completed. The legs were a similar deal to the last time as well. Sculpt on the more billowed armory pants things, take the Lego brick off the top of the boots, make the battle skirt, except this time instead of two small belts he has one big one coming out the middle. For the arms, I added that little extra bit of wrist armor, and also sculpted his new claws, which are huge and menacing. And with a proper paint job, you know, the black clothes, golden armor plates, it looks pretty spectacular even before completion. And I seem to have a talent for forgetting to take work-in-progress shots of the shoulder armor for this guy. Suffice to say, the cape and the shoulder armor are both made out of the same fray-resistant dust cloth that I used to make Dr. Eggman's cape and the battle skirt for my first Enerjak. Except since this time it's also painted, it adds a certain degree of stiffness, and that actually does make it feel like real armor. As you can see, he also has those hoses that come out of his arms and go into his shoulder pads. And he also has a really short hose on one of his dreadlocks, just like in the comic appearance. These are made out of elastic, like an elastic string thing that you use to tie gift boxes closed. And of course the helmet's removable and he looks like a proper badass. Nice outfit, Fruity. Bite my glorious golden ass. And of course, Dark Enerjak needs to have at least one minion to accompany him, because he is a dark god that rules an entire planet. And ideally, like I told Ian, I would have liked to use SBO or Vector, but I couldn't find a figure of them. So I used Sonic for previously stated reasons of, you know, enslaving your chief rival just seemed like the right thing to do. As you saw, I put a flat coat of gray on him first, and then I just covered him up with silver paint and made his eyes and stomach blue, which is, you know, your basic Prelate color scheme, which is all silver with certain body details picked out in their primary color. And when put next to each other, they look like proper badasses. It kind of reminds me of Galactus with the Silver Surfer for some reason. I think it's those pointy things on either side of Enerjak's helmet. And here they go in the display case. Hey, I chose to take a video of the figures in the display case. If for no other reason, then it is really hard to photograph these kinds of things. Without the flash, it looks grainy. With the flash, you get glare all over the place. Yeah, it's a pretty simple affair. There's a couple of stands taped to a piece of cardboard that I painted black to be their floor. The figures are on display. You can easily remove them. And there's a plaque on the back. It says, to the makers of the world's most way past cool comic, signed by me. The world's most way past cool comic, of course, being the tagline that's on the cover of every comic. And, yeah, I hope that Ian Flynn and all the other creators of the comic book like this.